Warren Buffett doesn't talk much these days, but every move he makes hits headlines. Right now, he's doing something unusual. He owns cash. Lot of it. Buffett's company, Berkshire Hathaway, holds enormous cash. Over $330 billion in cash and equivalents. More than Apple, more than JP Morgan, more than the entire GDP of Portugal. He's not buying stocks, not bonds. He's hoarding liquid, safe, strategic cash. But what does Warren Buffett see? Why avoid risk in a growing market? Because Buffett knows crashes aren't random. They're engineered through bad decisions. Mistakes in politics, trade, or policy. And he's seen them all before. From dot-com madness to 9/11 terror to the housing crash and COVID fear. Buffett never reacted emotionally to panic. He stayed grounded, waited, then bought big. Each time he profited from disaster. Each time he deployed capital with precision. So today, he's sending a message. Cash isn't weakness, it's preparation for chaos. He knows something is breaking underneath, and he refuses to be caught exposed. Buffett's strategy: wait for blood, then buy. That's how legends protect their empire. Buffett's wisdom is often underestimated. One of his most famous sayings: when the tide goes out, truth surfaces. And nothing drains the tide like tariffs. Trade wars have a devastating chain effect. They start small, then spiral out violently. Back in the 1930s, history showed this. The US passed the Smoot-Hawley Act, tariffs on imports to save American jobs. But retaliation came fast and furious. Global trade collapsed almost overnight. Markets plunged, panic spread, economies froze. The Dow Jones fell 89% in years. That wasn't a crash, it was destruction. Buffett learned that history never whispers. It repeats itself when you're not looking. And today, he sees the same pattern. Except this time, Trump is the trigger. Tariffs on China, Mexico, and Europe. American consumers paying more for essentials. Supply chains breaking under political pressure. Corporate margins shrinking while volatility grows. Buffett knows tariffs don't protect wealth. They erode it slowly, then all at once. His response? Caution, precision, calculated repositioning. He's selling vulnerable stocks quietly, rebalancing towards safety and liquidity instead. He doesn't bet on politicians' promises. He bets on historical patterns and cycles. Buffett calls tariffs economic bombs. And when bombs drop, markets tremble. So what's his move? Stack cash. Watch the winds shift, then strike. Warren Buffett never liked global conflict, but he never ignored it either. In fact, he invests with it in mind. His philosophy is simple but deadly effective. When others panic, he prepares to act. And right now, the world is rattling. Not just economically, but geopolitically too. Trump's position on NATO is alarming. If they don't pay, we leave. It sounds bold, it sounds patriotic. But Buffett knows the real implications. America stepping back leaves a vacuum. Power abhors a vacuum, it gets filled. Russia grows bolder. China moves faster. Regional tensions spike across multiple continents. Ukraine remains under siege and destruction. Taiwan stands dangerously close to invasion. The Middle East is boiling again. Buffett doesn't ignore these global shifts. He anticipates the market's reaction instead. That's why he quietly buys defense stocks. Not out of love for war, but because he understands capital allocation. When chaos reigns, governments spend big. Defense, logistics, infrastructure, hard, immovable industries. The kind that survive any political storm. Buffett once said, "I don't need to like problems to profit from them." And he means it more than ever now. Markets panic under instability and uncertainty. Buffett, instead, repositions his pieces quietly. Watching, calculating, betting where others fear. Interest rates are Buffett's secret weapon. He's called them financial gravity for years. Low rates float all assets higher. High rates bring crashing consequences fast. So ask the dangerous question now. What if someone wanted rates lower and would break the economy to do it? Trump has made his intentions clear. He's attacked the Federal Reserve repeatedly. He's criticized Powell for keeping rates high. He doesn't want inflation handled, he wants cheap money flowing again. And Buffett knows the Fed well. He knows it reacts to signals. And if enough economic pain hits, the Fed will be forced to pivot. Just like in March 2020. Just like in 2009 after collapse. And what does Buffett do then? He doesn't scream or point fingers. He buys, big, fast, without hesitation. Because rate cuts plus panic heal opportunity. It's the exact formula he's used before. To buy deals nobody else touched. Buffett's holding cash for that moment. No debt, no desperation, just discipline. He's not afraid of rate hikes. He's preparing for their collapse instead. He doesn't call it conspiracy. He calls it leverage, strategy, positioning. Here's where everything ties together. This isn't just market volatility anymore. It's coordinated chaos by design. Buffett doesn't believe in coincidences. He studies systems. He analyzes incentives. He sees beyond headlines and emotion. And today, he sees something dangerous. Trump's actions follow a clear trajectory. Not random, but strategic disruption. Tariffs pressure global markets and inflation. Fed attacks corner interest rate decisions. NATO threats shake the global balance. Each move creates instability and fear. Each move grants more power afterward. Declare chaos. Blame the old system. Step in as the solution. It's business through volatility, and Buffett knows how that ends. He's not guessing about a crash. He's betting on engineered instability. And to him, that's an opportunity. Buffett's logic remains brutally simple. Volatility punishes the unprepared investor, but rewards the one who waits. He's sharpening his strategy like a blade. No shouting, no panic, just readiness. Because when the streets run red, Buffett walks in with cash. He once said, "Be greedy when others are fearful." And right now, everyone is afraid. So what can you actually do? How can you prepare like Buffett? Here's his strategy broken down cleanly. 1. Hold cash like a shield. Cash gives flexibility in down markets. It lets you buy when others can't. It gives you clarity and control. 2. Dollar cost average through uncertainty. Even Buffett buys during volatility storms. He just spreads his entries carefully. Ignore the noise. Stick to process. 3. Buy moats, not hype or trends. Buffett loves companies with economic moats. Wide defenses against competition and collapse. Apple, Coca-Cola, American Express, always resilient. 4. Own what can't be defunded. Defense stocks, energy, infrastructure. Sectors with government reliance and demand. When chaos rises, they gain traction. 5. Don't bet the farm on speculation. Buffett doesn't hate crypto or tech. He just limits exposure intelligently. Diversify like a professional investor should. 6. Watch the consumer like a hawk. Buffett knows the consumer drives everything. Spending drops, credit slows, savings increase. That's your signal. The economy's shifting gears. This isn't about fear, it's foresight. Not about running, but preparing wisely. Buffett's playbook is built on patience, risk control, data, long-term perspective. He doesn't chase trends, he builds legacy. Buffett won't ring a warning bell. He never has, he never will. But his portfolio is flashing signals. More cash, fewer bold bets. Maximum flexibility. Strategic silence. He doesn't react to market drama. He anticipates it and makes his move. Because chaos, it's just discounted opportunity. And Buffett loves a good discount. So the real question now is, are you preparing like Buffett does, or reacting like the average investor? Because if Trump's plan unfolds fully, if markets break, if rates fall, then Buffett is already in position. Not next week, not next year. He's ready, calm, liquid, watching. Are you? Please hit subscribe so you don't miss the next financial and geopolitical news. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Is Buffett overthinking, or he knows something we don't?